thank you for taking the time to speak with me today about National Indigenous Peoples Day and National Indigenous History Month. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedules to really discuss these really important topics. John, I'd like to start with you. What does National Indigenous Peoples Day mean to you?
I don't know. I woke up this morning, it was just another day, so I don't really know. It's just a day, I guess. I'm not really sure.
Not a problem. Is it important to you, or do you feel that it's making, I guess, a better connection between Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities?
I don't know. I think every day you wake up, the Creator wakes you up, and then it's going to be a good day. So that's all I can say.
That's wonderful. Diane, what does National Indigenous Peoples Day mean to you?
Well, National Indigenous Peoples Day means to me that it's an opportunity that people are more attentive to our various nations' identities. It's not just focused on one nation, focused on our various cultures. And to me, it's an opportunity for people to really listen. It's an opportunity for us to come together and for non-Indigenous to learn about our culture, learn about our ceremonies, learn about our songs, learn who we are as people. We're all related. That's in our traditional teachings. So it's an opportunity to listen, be a bit more attentive, and to find out who we are.
Wonderful. And Shirlene, what does National Indigenous Peoples Day mean to you?
Well, it means that we are being recognized finally, instead of being erased. And to me, it means that for me, it would be just socializing and connecting with other nations, and it doesn't matter, and just celebrating, just having that opportunity to celebrate yourself in freedom, and that's what I look at, is this freedom to do what's really inside of you, spiritually inside of you. So yeah, and it's like Diane said, it's connecting, it's giving others understanding and a better understanding about who we are, our traditions, our cultures, and and our language and everything, to hear all that, so yeah, that's what it means to me.
That's wonderful. Now, National Indigenous Peoples Day is the 21st day of National Indigenous History Month. Shirlene, what is a message you'd like to share with our viewers about National Indigenous History Month? Why is it important to have a month dedicated to learning about the history of the Indigenous peoples?
Well, I think it's because a lot of our trauma has been coming up lately, what we've been through and everything like that. And I think it's to celebrate, to people to see our celebration of our successes too. We do have successes also, and it's not always trauma, right? Although there's a lot of trauma there, but today, that day, and is to is to celebrate our successes and our freedom to dance, to talk, and to interact with others in unity. So, yeah.
Thank you. And Diane, how about you for National Indigenous History Month? Do you have any specific message for our viewers, or anything that you'd like to share with the non-Indigenous community?
Well, Yes, there's many opportunities to recognize, support, and honor the National Indigenous History Month. Academically, there's a lot of websites that could be tapped into, whether you're post-secondary or elementary, or also we're in the professional world. It's an opportunity to take each day and tap into those websites that are telling that they have the absolute truth. People may not want to hear it with all the unmarked graves coming up, or supposed graves coming up, yet to be confirmed, but it's an opportunity to take each day and tap into a website such as the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Read the report. Take a day and tap into the Survivor Secretariat. There is so much under those two websites, and take one day of the month and learn something new. There's so much there. There's so much. And it's a way of, it's electronically sharing, but also it's going to open up a lot of discussion. Especially for what we've lost, such as the impact of genocide through the residential schools. We're still here. We still speak our language. We still have our ceremonies. We're strengthening our identity. So there's a lot to learn out there of who we are. So take each day of that this month and just tap into something. Okay, Nyawa, thank you.
Thank you. And that's exactly it. John, I'd like to ask, what would you like to see done to help build the relationship between Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities? Is there something that the non-Indigenous community should and can and will do more that you'd like to see?
Do you think it'll ever change yourself between the races? Because I can remember when I was a little kid, and I went running onto the play lacrosse under the floor, and all I heard was, and I was only about 10 or 11 years old, and that's a long time ago. So I just don't know whether we'd ever get over it.
Well, I really hope for a future where we have come to an understanding where situations like that aren't acceptable in any way, shape, or form, and that we have respect for everyone in the Indigenous community wholeheartedly, and we can reflect on our past and see what was done wrong. It was absolutely unacceptable and should have never happened. Is there a message you'd like to share with our viewers about National Indigenous History Month?
Well, not other than just try to get along, that's all, with one another. That's the main thing. Whether you're young or old, you got to get along.
Exactly. Thank you,
That's all
John.
I think. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, Diane, I'd like to ask, what is it like to share a month with the 2S LGBTQ community and pride, and what does two-spirit mean?
Okay, to respond to your first question, it's no different than sharing with every race. We're all people. We respect each other. We all have the relationships. We're here on Mother Earth together. And in the wise words of John, let's just get along. People make choices for whatever their choices are. So I love John's response. It's so simple. you know, let's get rid of the greed. And let's replace that with empathy. And as a society, as a Canadian society, as a North American society, as the world, just respect each other. He said it so simply, let's just get along. So to share, it's like I said, it's an opportunity of learning. And for your second question, what does two-spirited mean? It means that they have made a choice. They've made a choice to and recognize themselves, recognize their identity. And that is to be honored, because we're all here together. I have a nephew that is transgender, and just the terminology of not saying he and now saying she, I got to catch myself once in a while when I refer to her. But we're all here for a reason. We're all together for a reason. And that reason is to, John, get along, help each other, be happy together, help each other. It's pretty simple. It's not a hard thing to do. So replace that greed of, oh, not them. Oh, not them. Oh, they're here. Get rid of that greed mindset and replace it with empathy and acceptance. So that's what it means to me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Diane, for really sharing that information on what does it mean to be two-spirited. Charlene, I want to start with you. Is there anything that I haven't mentioned either about National Indigenous Peoples Day or National Indigenous History Month that you would like to share with our viewers?
Well, I would just like to share that we've, I guess it's just fighting against the stigma of who we are, you know, the stigma of who we are, and support, you know, and supporting us, so that as we foster our pride, you know, and everything like that, amongst, you know, amongst all people too, you know, amongst the two-spirited LGBTQA1 plus friends and neighbors. So they fought hard too, and that's just what our fight is also too, to thrive in this Turtle Island, right? And that's what it is to on with us, you know, like John says, you know, just be happy, just be kind, just show respect, because I know I do that for myself, right? I respect myself and everything like that. So that's what I put out there too. Like I put out to in my vibes, that's what I put out there too. I respect. So yeah. So yeah, there's just keep going one step at a time. One baby step at a time. We got her, you know. The whole universe has her that way. And it's not only humans, it's the Mother Earth, and it's all things, all nature, you know, like our trees and insects and flying, you know, the flyers and the crawlers and the swimmers and everything like that, you know, like we're all together in this. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Charlene. And John, is there anything else that I haven't mentioned that you'd like to share with our viewers at home?
So I think that's pretty well all said it. What's got to happen? Be kind to one another.
Perfect, exactly.
Yeah.
Well said, thank you. And Diane, anything else that I haven't mentioned that you'd like to share?
Yes, I would like, it's also an opportunity to, we have a school down here, it's Gawanio, means good words. And they have been in many condemned buildings, trying to revitalize our language and culture for the youth, the really young kindergarten. And they are still housed in an arena. And so if you have the opportunity to make a donation, check out their website and make a donation, because they struggle to have the funding to work towards a school, and anything would help with supplies for the kids to revitalize our Mohawk language, our Cayuga language. So it is a private school, and if you're going to make a donation this month or June 21st, National Indigenous Day. So I would suggest that it's a step towards revitalizing the language. So that's what I would like to see, like, just to reach out and help, and that would be great for our children that attend that school. So Nyawa, thank you.
Perfect, thank you. And I want to thank you, Diane, John, and Charlene, for taking the time again for sharing this information with myself, with our viewers, with everyone who's watching. I think it's really important to share this information. Of course it is. And it's something that's not shared enough and not shared often enough.